Did you ever follow the GPS and then landed up in the middle of nowhere? Many times. Did you ever follow an expert's opinion or someone's advice only to find that it won't work for you? Yeah, many times. And how about getting stuck and not knowing how to move forward or come out of the difficult situation? You mean like a cow that couldn't move? Kind of. Yeah, it happened a few times. Why do you think it happens?
Why?
Because some people have outsourced their thinking to social media and smartphones. Yeah, but the issue is that the world is now more complex. There is too much information, too much data out there. That's why we have to rely on experts and technology and let go of this. Look, I agree, these things are essential. But we also need to learn a better way to use them without weakening our ability to think for ourselves. You mean like critical thinking? No, it takes more than just critical thinking. The best way is to take the first principles approach. What's that? Here we go again. It's not a groundbreaking idea. In fact, more than 2000 years ago, Aristotle, a Greek philosopher, coined this term. He believed that we learn more about something by understanding its fundamental principles. See, this is how scientists and almost all better engineers think, like me. They are the most fundamental building blocks of an idea, like the most indivisible parts that we know to be true. They are just undeniable basic truths. Give me an example. Okay, you have seen how we learn reading or writing. First we learn letters and then words. And once we understand words, then we go for sentences and then paragraphs, and after that we go for multiple paragraphs. Then we can write an essay or story or project report, email, anything like that. Think about it as dissecting a subject into its smallest parts to gain knowledge. Then we organize and categorize that knowledge by reasoning, which builds our experience. So this cycle of seeking knowledge through experience and reasoning is the first principle thinking. And by the way, this is way different from reasoning or understanding by analogy. I see, but we need to focus on building experience and reasoning capacity. Still not clear? A little bit? Do you have another example? Alright, think about a cook and a chef. Under normal circumstances, both follow a recipe to make a dish. We think they are the same. But if cook loses his recipe, he will be in trouble. Oh yeah, he will be a toast. But a chef will find a way out because he knows the basic principles of food and cooking. And with that knowledge, he can work without a recipe. He can also invent new dishes and new recipes. That's right. And the good thing is, learning to think on the first principles will always help you improve your communication. How so? Because with that, you can easily rebuild the idea that is in your head into someone else's. Just like I did with you. You're smart. You too. If you think on the first principle basis, you can better understand things and fix them if something goes wrong. Because you will have a better understanding of how it works in the first place. In fact, that is one of the reasons why best teachers are good at the first principles thinking. So you mean if I practice teaching others, you will easily get better at the first principles thinking. What else I can do? When you think about something, any subject or a problem, first identify and define your assumptions. Clarify that problem as much as you can. Then break this understanding further into fundamental principles. Once you do that, you can solve that problem. You can build a solution from scratch or synthesize the knowledge to see the bigger picture. Got it. The idea is to create a mental hierarchy whenever you learn new things or concepts. Create the hierarchy of ideas and knowledge with proper reasoning. Use why and how type of questions to dig deeper and to build a body of knowledge for yourself. And when you start getting better at the first principles thinking, you will feel the clarity about that subject in your head. The confusion starts to fade away, and no one will be able to confuse you or misinform you easily after that. The first principles always stand tall in the wake of misunderstanding or confusion, misinformation, disinformation, and many other similar things that we face these days, whether it is online or offline. And the thing is, it is not just a tool for philosophers or CEOs. If you feel deeply about a problem and you want to solve it, then you should consider it. If you are serious about making a positive change, embrace the first principles approach, whether it is in innovation, business, or life's toughest problems. First principles will help you get unstuck. And don't be the cow that couldn't move.